Unprepared. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this fantastic Father's Day weekend? If you're a father out there, give yourself a round of applause. And thanks for coming out today. Greatly appreciate it. So it's Sunday morning here. Hopefully it's nice where you're at. It is beautiful outside, although it is ultra hot. The weather is a little spicy here. Should not be recording. All right. Yeah, we're getting up into the 100 plus range. That's in Freedom units there. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Juneteenth as well. I have tomorrow off of work. Red letter holiday. Take them if I can get them. Rocking some, well, this isn't Ruby Moon coffee, but the owner did give me the beans. It's a Honduran roast. It's my first time trying it. And I gotta say, initially, I don't like it. But the aftertaste is really nice. Like, when it hits your tongue, it's really kind of bitter. But after that, it has a really good, like, chocolatey note to it. I really enjoy it. If you get over that initial taste. I spent the last 2 days staining the deck. It's been a year project. Just like finally, just got to get it over with. But it's done. Moving on. Just one less thing hanging over my head. One Vision Ariel, good morning. How are you doing? Morton Upshot, happy Father's Day to you. Mike Bergman, how's it going? Ryan Settlemeyer, good morning. Steady Eddie, how you doing? Pooji, that's a new name. Good morning. Rick Cepeda, how are you doing? Hope everything's going well over in your corner of the world. I know I'm complaining about the heat here, but I know it is super hot where you're at, but it's also humid as hell here. And just to make things extra interesting, Mobula goes, oh, it's already hot and humid. Here's some gnats. Have fun with that. Yeah. Skull FPV, how are you doing? Good morning. Free range chicken. Good morning and happy Dad's Day to all the dads. Happy Dad's Day. Happy families. Steady Eddie went to I.O. Said it was amazing. And I think Steady Eddie won some sort of award there. I could be wrong, though. But, yeah, one of these days I want to go to something like that, like I.O. or Rampage. I don't know. If I would probably have to pick one or the other. I probably couldn't do both. So, unsure which one it is I'd pick. Probably Rampage, just because, well, that's the more popular group of people, I think. Kind of a low-key morning. So right there, I dropped the command for my streaming software to let you know what all the light commands are. Go ahead and punch one of those in, and it'll change the lights. And I hope you guys appreciate that, because it's literally probably very rarely is there little messing around needed to make this stuff work before the stream, and it's always up to about a half an hour of screwing around to try to get it to work. So hope you guys appreciate it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, just the connections drop between the different brands of software I'm running. Yes, I know, Rick, I could go with Hue, but I also can't afford that, because that stuff is stupid expensive. Hopefully everybody got a chance to fly this week. I have only flown indoors. I got my Mobula 6 in this week, and I get away from flying micros, and then I go and fly a good micro, and I'm like, dang, I like flying micros. This thing is really good. It's tuned very well, flies really good. It's a little bit different than the Mob Light. This is the last whip that I bought. Both running ELRS. We'll take a better look at that a little bit farther into the stream. As you... Not really sure why the stream is stuttering, but it's how my life works here. Oh, let's close OneDrive. Close OneDrive. Okay, maybe that'll help. But anyways, the Mobula 6, pretty darn good little quad. Comes with 2 batteries, an extra frame, canopy, quad, obviously. Good little build. If you guys are looking for a bind and fly whoop, that's probably my top recommendation right now. It's not the most powerful or the best handling, but it is probably one of the best out of the box experiences I've had with a whoop ever. Most whoops that I get, there's still some sort of messing around you have to do with setting up the radio or the tunes off, or just weird things. This thing was ready to run out of the box. It even had like iFly TAER. I don't know why. It's an old holdover from my early FR Sky radios. This one came up TAER, not AETR, which almost everything comes set up for. So I would say there's probably more people flying AETR than TAER, but for me, worked right out of the box. So pretty cool. Morton Upset says, I have the Mob 7, can't get the hang of it yet. Are you talking the flying or for the setup there, Morton? Athix, yes, though. Okay, yeah, Athix asked me my goggle recommendation, HDO2s or the Orca, the V1 Orcas. And my question is what do you fly now? He said he had an HD3, and he likes the way they fit. If you like the way the older setup Fat Sharks fit and you're looking to upgrade, then go with Orcas because they have the same fit as the older Fat Sharks. The HDO2s changed the mold. For me, they fit horribly. My eyelashes touched the lenses. It was not a fun experience. Orca does have some weird reliability issues, but their customer service is, I'd say, better than Fat Shark. Just the fact that you can break your goggles on Monday, send them to Croatia, and get them back before Saturday. And I've seen it happen multiple times at no cost. Even for used or secondhand goggles, Orca's still taking care of people, which is frankly amazing. It's at some point that business model's got to stop. You can't make money like that, but they're great. Steady A said, but I'd like Rampage better, more relaxed, chill environment. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And like if I went to Rampage, I don't know if I'd even fly. I might just go around there and shoot the shit, hang out with people. Obviously try to hawk some radio grips, stickers, stuff like that. Just try to help people out. I don't know. I would probably be bummed if I went there without the intentions of flying and saw what was going on. But you know, it is what it is. Rick Cepeda says it's actually cooler today. High is supposed to be 95. Oh yeah, we're looking at like 105 here. It's hot. It's hot. Like I woke up this morning, the house is 80, and it's already 81 degrees outside by 8 o'clock. It doesn't cool down at night here for some reason. It just this hot box of just wet, and then it'll rain, and then all that does is just makes it more humid. It doesn't really drop the temperature at all here. But, you know, it's a give and take. The winters are nice, but I could think of nicer places to be in the winter. Ryan Sotomayor says, I bought the Mobula 6 EOS last week, came 2 days ago, and after setting everything up in Betaflight, plugged in, and the ESC4 smoked. Tested the pin, seems ESC4, and there was continuity pin 1. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to say there's a lot of quality control issues with Happy Model. It's just you hear about all the quality control issues because those are the only people that really speak up and say, oh, yeah, this thing sucked. You got to figure they have probably shipped thousands and thousands of units, and you hear about, what, maybe like 10% is really not that bad from an industrial standpoint. But, you know, whatever retailer you bought it from, they should help you out. which is unfortunate that you have to do that, but you've been in this hobby long enough, you know how it goes. But Ryan, why would you order a new board? It was defective out of the box. Make the manufacturer deal with their mistake, or at the very least, let the retailer deal with the mistake. I see so many people pull something out of the box and it's broken out of the box, and now they're trying to figure out how to fix it. Like, just stop. Send it back. I know we're in this hobby and we have this like, I'm gonna fix it mentality, but there's a certain point where you have to go from I'm gonna fix it to you have to fix it. And by you, I mean the manufacturer or the retailer. Manufacturer first, and most retailers, most decent retailers, will take care of things if the manufacturer won't. There's a lot of products that the retailers are not allowed to fix, but they will help be a middle man or middle person between you and the manufacturer to make sure it gets fixed. And then there's times where there's just a lack of communication or poor communication between the manufacturer and you, and in those cases the retailer will step in and usually take care of you. Emacs, there's a whole slew of companies that just don't allow the retailer to handle the customer service. I have a whole list of them. I don't remember what I did with it, but it was a it was a staggering list. It was a conversation I had between me and the customer service person at Race Day Quads. We had a very interesting back and forth. I was very surprised how many retailers don't let the manufacturers, geez, I'm gonna get this messed up all day. How many manufacturers don't let the retailer step in for customer service needs. Yeah, Rick, you certainly had your plate full. You probably still have your plate full, but hey, maybe next year. Speedy finally into house. Welcome, Speedy Turtle FPV. If you guys don't know who Speedy Turtle is, Speedy, you gotta drop a link to that Discord. He does the Speedy Cares package. It's kind of the give a penny, take a penny for FPV. You got stuff you don't need. Box comes to you. You put all the stuff in that you don't need anymore or you don't want anymore, and then maybe pick one or two things of equal value out of the box that comes to you. Ship it on to the next person. It's a very cool program. Very cool program. Michael D says I got the Ciati purple got the Ciati purple grip tape for my Zorro. Looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, man. Glad you like it. If you guys don't know, I make the Tweet FPV radio grips. Shocker, right? It is grip tape for your radio. So I hate running lanyards because lanyards are dumb, but I wanted extra purchase on the radio, and it's not just extra grip, but it allows you to get the same position every time you grab the radio. I specifically designed the grip tape for thumbing and for pinching, and what it does is it gives you without looking at it, it gives you a instant feeling that you're in the same spot every time on the radio. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal until you actually try it. Then you're like, oh yeah, the radio feels the same every time. The grip tape is in the same position every time. My two fingers are touching these two pads, and these two are always on these two pads, and that puts me in the same position every time I fly. Or if you're a pincher, you've got two up here, so you feel the grip. You're not high or low. It's all about repetition and consistency. But I hate wearing lanyards. I don't like necklaces. I don't like things on my neck. I don't like battery packs in my pocket. I want to be as hands-free as possible. I want to be able to put my shit down. Sorry, I owe you guys one of those. And just walk away. That's why I created the grip tape. It's a holdover from the firearms industry. There was a company called Talon Grips. I used to run their grip tape on my M&P when I shot a lot. I don't really do that much anymore. But it was just I don't know, it was just an idea that came to me. I just made it for myself and some buddies, and started selling them. And you can buy them on my website, tweetfb.com, Or you can get them at race day quads. I mean, you can probably still get them at Pyro, but I'm not restocking those assholes. I have feelings about that company. Not for the live stream, though. Anyways, on to another story. If you want to be a supporter, these guys up here, these are the cool kids. These are the ones that keep this whole show going. They're my Patreon supporters. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can go to tweetfb.com and click the Patreon link, or you can just click this link right there, and that'll take you to the landing page. I have tiers as low as $2 a month. Some of the perks you get for being a patron, $5 and up. Do monthly giveaways, almost always for a quad of some sort, shape, size, or condition. This month, I'm giving away two, but it's a you pick. I have a analog Darwin Baby Ape Pro. This is the better one with the better camera, or the iFlight Firefly Nano Hex. This is a DJI digital quad. $5 and up. The link for that stuff goes live as soon as I pick the item and make the link. Under the $5 mark, the link goes live when I start the live stream for the giveaway. The giveaway for those is going to be next Sunday at 11:45. So when I start the stream at 11, that link goes out to everybody else. Also, if you're a patron supporter, you get access to my Patreon-only section of Discord. And it's not that I don't answer questions or my Discord's not locked because you're not a patron member. Anybody can get in there. There's just a special section for the people that support me the most, where, I definitely, if there's a day where I'm just not feeling it and I don't want to deal with the questions, I'll probably stay out of the Gen Pop section. But if a patron pops in, I definitely help those guys out. And also on my Patreon, you can tell who's a patron member because they get this little patron tag and also the blue name tab. So not that you have to be up in the patron section, but there is some preference. Kind of has to be, right? Don't forget FPVExchange.com. Who on earth could forget FPVExchange.com? One of the coolest dudes in FPV, Nevin, has started a page called FPV Exchange. It's like eBay without the bidding, and Facebook Marketplace and Amazon all kind of meshed together. Search for what you want. You'll find product links for new products in stock, new products out of stock, obviously, and then also people trying to sell products third hand. And then if you're trying to sell stuff, FPV Exchange makes it super easy. Although I got to say the search algorithm kind of sucks. Got to be very exact about what you're looking for, unfortunately. Bark, good morning. How you doing? Crabtree, good morning to you. Mike Berger says he used to carry the MP. Good stuff. Carried a Shield 9. But we did backwoods 3 gun competitions up in northern Michigan. It was kind of fun. JF, how you doing this morning? Rick Cepeda was told that FPV Crate is suspending the monthly boxes because of the cost of equipment right now. That is interesting. I haven't looked into that or haven't heard that. I do have my 2 FPV Crates for the month. They sponsor these. They send them to me. One's for me, one's for you. That's another perk of being a patron is you get the link for that stuff right in the old the Patreon page there. So, yeah. Crabtree smells like drone booty in here. Is that a good thing? Does it smell like fruity and cancerous, like lipo's burning? E-Drone, good morning. How you doing, buddy? Ryan Settlemeyer, I'm a patron, but I'm not blue. I stopped paying YouTube membership and started with your Patreon. I want blue. You need to link your Patreon and your Discord account. If you are having issues with it, just DM me over in Discord and I'll help you out. Also patron, also not blue. All right, well, let's see. Okay, so when you get into my Discord, I know this is kind of conversation for two. When you get into Discord, go to the Patreon welcome. There is a link here to link your accounts. And if you're still having issues, please just DM me on Patreon, and we'll get you set up, or at least try to figure out what the heck the issue is. Is blue moderator? I don't remember. Ugh. No. Blue's patron. Orange is moderator on my Discord. Like you can see here, all these guys here, these are patrons that are online right now. These are the mods I have. Those are in orange. But enough of that. JF, how'd you fix it, JF? Did you have to link the accounts? I am not on Discord. I am here. Yeah, okay, so there's a difference between YouTube moderator and Discord. YouTube, the people that are in blue are mods for YouTube, probably because I wanted you to post a link or something, but that doesn't carry over to Patreon. It's a completely different platform. And it's very confusing to keep everybody's names straight. Yeah. But yeah, Discord's Discord's the best way I've found to be able to do one-on-one troubleshooting with people. So that's why Discord is. That's why I use Discord. All right, the Honduran's kind of sour once it gets kind of room temperature. Not a fan. It's not bad. There's others I prefer. So, anyways, the stream title says Beast Class First Flight. So, I have been busy. Cranking away on a kind of a remote studio. So outside I have a laptop with a capture device, a Cosmo streamer, all hooked up over Ethernet, running over NDI to come into this computer to stream the live video of the Beast Class. I haven't flown it. I have done nothing to it other than put the props on it. And this is where we're sitting. She's basically ready to go. I haven't done anything tune-wise to it, so. That's the last little hurdle to deal with on this thing. I don't even know where to start. All I can think of is probably to just drop the PIDs so they're pretty low, just so I have a safe place to start from. I don't want to have to worry about it fluttering away and doing all that stuff. So, I'm looking for recommendations on tuning this thing, where to start. Let me plug it in and show you where I'm at. Flight. Put you over 3. There we go. So here's where we're at. This is running Betaflight 4211. It is a Brain FPV Radix board, so it's all stock right now. Basically stock Betaflight PIDs. No Beast Class preset in 4.3. No, there is not. At least I couldn't find one. I'm actually kind of surprised how few presets there are in Betaflight 4.3. So if we go with tunes, this is all there is. There's what? 16, 22 presets. That's about it. Unless I'm looking in the wrong spot, but I'm kind of surprised that there wasn't an X class or a Beast class tune or something like that in here. So, Morton says, for some reason, my daughter thinks it's funny I have a Discord account. I haven't figured out why. Maybe she thinks it's, I'm not a cool kid. Yeah. I mean, Discord is created for, like, I think it was created for, like, gamers and stuff like that. So, why is that inverted? Is that right? Does that look right? Or did I turn it around the wrong way? I don't know. Yeah, there's not as many pre-flights as I thought there would be either. But, you know, 4.3 did just become official as of, what, a little less than a week ago. So maybe it's just taking time. I don't know. I like the presets idea, but you see a lot of people getting in a lot of trouble. Is my face backwards now? Let me flip it back. Maybe I was wrong. No, I guess that's right now. All right, is that better now? It's weird because it's backwards from what my camera monitor looks like. Yeah, it's just, there we go. Whatever. You guys understand. It's a real low-key stream today. So, anyways, I'm thinking just take the master multiplier and just roll it way down here, like way down low. I think it's just gonna be a good, safe place to start. Bizarro Dan. Yeah. So yeah, I think just dropping it way down low. It's probably a good starting point for this thing. I know it's gonna be all wibble wobble, you know, it's gonna do this stuff, but I'm not. My intentions today are not to actually like really fly it. I kind of want to just get it up and hovering, and then land it. I need to get to that like 5-inch quad. I'll crank the PIDs to where I think they should be before I ever fly it and go just fly it, come back, see if the motor's warm. Because worst case scenario, I burn up a motor or two on this one, and you know, I'm out maybe 25 bucks, 50 bucks. Whereas this one, yeah, there's a hell of a lot more money on the table than a normal 5-inch quad. I'm being extremely conservative and very cautious about flying this thing. And that's kind of the problem I had with the X class is I'm so worried about crashing it that I've been very conservative about tuning and flying it. I really just need to get out and just send it. And if I crash it and break it, I crash and break it, you know. I would kind of like to sell or maybe give this one away. I don't know, whatever you guys think. But anyways, I think that's a good place to start. Yeah, where is Brandon? Wish he was here. I like his input. Let me summon him. But he's probably doing dad stuff. Just sending him a little message, see what he thinks. If you guys don't know Brandon Baked Beans, he's at least in my community, he's probably one of the people who knows how to tune probably the best that I've talked to, and he knows how to talk you through it, not just tell you what he thinks. Like, there's people that know how to do, then there's also people that know how to do and know how to teach other people how to do it and explain it. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at explaining. Oh, I mean, I might, Mike. I don't know. It's maybe. Who knows? Current JW, happy Father's Day. Hope everyone has a great day. Just stopped in to say hi. Need to head out with the fam. I'm going to be doing some video drone flights today for my dad. Cool, man. Have a good one. My family's not here. They get back down into the area this Friday. We're going to do Father's Day thing next weekend. So I'm a little like displaced from the whole Father's Day thing just because there's nobody here. But anyways, yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody else out there. Hope you guys are having a good one. It's going to be interesting to live stream next Sunday because they will have just gotten here. At the very least, I'll pop on and do the giveaway for the baby ape or the Flywoo Hex Nano. But either way. Let's see. Steady A says, what do you use for background music during streams? I was looking at services like Restream. I use, oh crap, what company is this? My memory sucks. What is this company? This is Epidemic Sound. That's who I'm using. It's not free, but it takes the worry of copyright strikes. Obviously, I'm trying to monetize shit here. Trying to monetize stuff here. I use Epidemic Sound. If you're looking to subscribe to Epidemic Sound, let me know. They have an affiliate code. I'll send it to you over on Discord. I don't push it too hard because there's other sources like Ben Sound. You can also do what's the streaming? Spotify, and then there's a YouTuber, Harris Heller Senpai Music. It's all copyright DMCA free music, which is pretty good stuff. But I kind of like the variety of Epidemic Sound myself. But yep, that's what I use. Yeah, Current JW, absolutely. Just because it's on the books on a certain day doesn't mean it's necessarily got to be done that day. But anywho, I'm thinking way down low. The rates, I'm just gonna leave them. Betaflight stock. I'm very comfortable with Betaflight stock rates. I'm also very lazy, and I tend to just not for freestyle. I don't tune my rates. I just fly Betaflight stock. My race quads, I drop down to, I think, about 450 degrees, and it's very, very linear rates. The other thing is I don't have bidirectional D-shot set up. I'm not entirely sure if or how to set it up with these APD ESCs because they don't run BL Heli. I don't think they run BL Heli. I'm about positive they don't. They run their own firmware, but I'm not sure if they use bidirectional D-shot. I haven't really looked into it. I figured as simple setup as possible. We'll go from there, and then we'll just make sure everything works, and then we'll go from there. But that's where I'm at with this thing. I do have blackbox, and a little tip for anybody who does have blackbox. For the first couple flights when you're trying to tune things, just tie your blackbox logging to your arm switch so it's always on. You turn your arm on, blackbox is logging. And then what you can do prior to taking off, if you're, well, not if you're on DJI because DJI sucks with the OSD stuff, is you can just clear the blackbox from the OSD, or be sure to clear it before you take off. You can actually set up a switch to erase blackbox as well. This one here, I haven't tried it on DJI, so I don't know what the notification is that you get. Probably nothing because they don't give you warnings. But anyways, that's just how it is. As far as OSD goes, pretty basic. But yeah, the PID tuning is the only thing I had left on this. I've made sure that the can't you clear the black box log from the Betaflight and Lua on your radio if you're on DJI? Yeah, I'm sure you can. I haven't used the Betaflight Lua in years. I have never had a whole lot of success with it. It's always been very buggy and unstable. But then again, it's been a couple years since I tried it, and I think the last time I looked, the last update for the Betaflight Lua was like 2019. So I don't know if it's better or if it was just me, but back then I wasn't flying DJI, so I just did everything through the OSD. That was when there was major improvements to the OSD where you can do just about everything in it. But as far as DJI goes, yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do it through the Lua on the radio. That's a great idea, Edoc. It's a great idea. I'll probably dump the Betaflight Lua on there just for shits and giggles. But, anywho. So we'll unplug that and set that aside. But I've done all my pre-flight checks. I've made sure the gyro is moving in the correct direction. I've made sure the motors are moving according to which motor I move. And I've also made sure that each motor is spinning in the proper direction in reference to the little graphic here on the motors tab. This one here. Oh, my head's in the way. This one right here. So whenever you're setting up, you know, click this guy, and then you want to spin each motor individually. A lot of people get in the trap where they just turn the master up, like, all four motors move. Don't do that. Just spool up one, make sure that this one spins, and make sure it's spinning in this direction. Obviously with the props off, guys. And then shut that one off. Do 2, 3, 4, all the same way. And then the last thing is just making sure your receiver channels are moving in the correct direction and on the correct, the correctly associated. So when you move throttle, the throttle bar actually moves. Yaw, pitch, roll. Those are the big ticket items to check prior to flight. And then obviously failsafe. I've checked failsafe, make sure that worked, because this would be a hell of a thing to have a runaway on. Oh, Betaflight Lua script was updated 5 days ago. Well, let's take a look at that guy. Let's see here. Betaflight Lua scripts. Updated 5 days ago. Well, would you look at that? When was the last update before that? All right. So let's talk a little GitHub. I guess GitHub has always confounded me, and we can maybe talk about it. So when you get into GitHub, obviously you got to be on the right project you're looking for. This one, let me move my this little guy here. So we're looking at Betaflight Lua scripts. It's easy, just Google Betaflight Lua script, whatever. That's all I did. Get into GitHub, and you're going to see releases, and this is always the latest. And then you can see down here we have 13 plus releases. This will show all the other releases of the Lua script. So this was 5 days ago. That's Lua script 1.60. And the one before that was May 12th, 2020. And that was this one, and 2019. Let's say you wanted an older script, you would just click on this guy. And then here is the script. So we're going to go back up to the new one, and we get our list of changes here. I'm not really going to read through all those. Contributors, always good people. And then here is the actual Lua script. So we're just going to download that guy. I don't know, Steady Eddie. It'd be interesting. Let's see, back to the chat. I love my X-Lite Pro and S. Yeah, I like the X-Lite Pro. I didn't like the tiny, tiny little gimbals, but the rest of the radio was solid. There are some people that have like weird oils that come out of their hand and make that soft touch coating fall apart very quickly. Some people don't. All right, Athix, I do sometimes leave the props on when I'm messing with it, but I always have not the Beast Quest. I always have my V-Fly smoke stopper on, and then for whoops, I really don't ever take the props off just because I cause more damage pulling props off than anything else. One Vision Arrow, would you typically run 1808 2400 kV motors on 3 or 4 inch? 1808. Yeah, you're probably looking more of a 2.5 inch, 3 inch on 1808. Just I think you're going to have more variety finding T-mount props in a like a 3 inch configuration. I don't know. Maybe you can do 4. It's hard to say. I mean, obviously look at whatever manufacturer recommends because they're going to have a product page and they're going to recommend props to pair with. That's usually how I pick because I look at the motor, look at the manufacturer's page, and see what props they want you to pair with them. So, they're talking 4 inch, 5 inch, 4 or 5 inch drone. I don't know. Probably 4 inch then. No, I was thinking it's a different one. No, yeah, 4 inch would probably be good. 4 or 5. Okay. Anyway, so we downloaded the Lua script there. Let's go over here. We're gonna extract this guy. I'll put it on the radio right now. All right. So here's our. Nope. Yeah. It's weird that there's sounds along with it. But anyway, I'm going to fire up the radio. And there's the SD card of my radio. Here is, I don't need that one. So, take the scripts. And we're going to do, so make sure I'm not overwriting something that I need. All right. So, what a lot of people might do is just dump these both in here, but the problem is you're going to overwrite anything else you have in your tools folder. So I have my my ELRS Lua, my Crossfire Lua in there. So we're going to do these two to the radio. What? 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 I need more space? Seriously? Holy crap. Oh, that's why. Logs. We're going to get rid of that. I make my radio log when I do long-range flights, so the storage fills up quick. All right, back to scripts. We're going to do... Still, I need more space. How is this thing full? Let's get rid of everything but English. All right, let's clear up space on that card. Let's see. Journey Droid says, my Mambo throttle squeaks like the bedroom door when you're sneaking out after a one-night stand. Yeah, a little bit of Niagel on the contact surfaces might help out. So Crabtree, the gimbals on the Nirvana are built basically exactly the same as the gimbals on the Mambo and the Tango 2. It's the same same style of gimbal, where the Hall effect sensor is on the board and the magnet is on the gimbal. But man, when those things came out, they touted it being like the best gimbals on the face of the planet. But they had production issues where it would squeak because the plastic was like rubbing. Yeah. But they were supposed to have taken care of that before the production run. But that whole Nirvana thing, that was a dumpster fire. He has a crap ton of Niagel. Yeah, I think any amount of Niagel you buy is a crap ton, because that stuff will last you forever. Alright, do I have space now? There we go, I got space. Okay, back to this. There we go. Get that copied over. Wouldn't recommend it, Morton. And tools. There we go. All right. So that should be the scripts. Oop. So let's see what we get. It's a bench cam. All right, so I got a receiver plugged in. It's actually this guy here. System and Betaflight. Good Betaflight setup. See what she does. This is very different than than before. Wow, it's actually pretty nice. Let's see. Let's go to. Let's see. We got VTX settings, PID profiles. We've got our PIDs. We've got feed forward, daemon. We got rates. This is way better than it used to be. Wow. This is way nicer. Advanced PIDs. And they have everything in here. Like, it's just like straight up Betaflight configurator. You got your filters. Filters too. More filters. System motors. Let's see, we got motor protocol. Percent frequency. Jeez. Receiver stuff. Failsafe. GPS rescue settings. Now that's kind of nice to have, especially with DJI being so limited without having the OSD. So what tech are we trying to get in here? Oh, blackbox. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have blackbox settings in here. It's Betaflight CMS. I don't know what that is. So no, does not look like we have black box logging or any way to erase the black box from the Betaflight Lua script. Unfortunately, swing and a miss, but great idea. Perhaps that should be a feature request for the next version. Oh, all right. Back to the chat here, guys. Let's see. Probably no good on a radio now. Is Nigel just dielectric grease? No. It's mechanical dampening grease. Dielectric grease is something completely different. Yeah, it's like super tacky too. Andrew asks, can you explain how the VTX and camera hook together to the flight controller? It's just confusing me. Okay. Let's find a diagram on the interwebs. Let's see. All right, let's. Just looking for a decent diagram here to bring up as a reference. All right, here we go. So, the way this works is you have your flight controller. The flight controller has the OSD overlay chip. Obviously, if you're using DJI, then the overlay doesn't mean anything because DJI doesn't use it, at least as of right now. I don't know if it ever will. But, your video is going to come in from your camera into your flight controller. From there, that video goes through the OSD chip. The OSD chip overlays all that data on top of the image. From that point, the image comes out, your video out pad, whatever or however it's marked on your flight controller, comes out of there, goes in your VTX, and your VTX broadcasts it. That's pretty much all there is to it. You can skip this whole OSD thing. Most cameras have an OSD built into them as well. Like if you turn your camera on, it's run cam. It says run cam at the bottom. It's the camera's OSD overlaying their stuff over the image. So you'll see, like, especially with racers that just don't care, you'll see the Betaflight OSD with the camera OSD, and then it gets broadcasted. So to get rid of your camera OSD, it's usually you got to hook up the little joystick board, depending on the camera, and go in there and shut it off. Camera OSD sometimes have pilot name, pack voltage, fly time, things like that in it. Most people shut that stuff off. But yeah, that's the basics of it. I don't know what else you need to know there, Andrew. Yeah, Mike, it might have dielectric properties though, but it's definitely not what it's used for. Weird and missing options I have, like simplified tuning. Well, maybe it's because I'm not running Betaflight 4.3 on this. Let's plug in a different quad. It has Betaflight 4.3. Maybe it's a Betaflight thing. Hang on. Oh, Goggle cam. All right. So I got a 4.3 quad plugged in now. Let's see. See what else we got. Oh, this is the kind of stuff I love. All right, here we go. We got VTX, same. PID profiles, same. I'm sure PIDs rates, advanced PIDs, simplified tuning. Okay, so that must be a Betaflight 4.3 option because that one's running 4.2.1.1. This is 4.3 on this little Mobula. So it does depend on which version of Betaflight you have on there. Let's see. Filter, system motor, receiver, GPS rescue, GPS fit. So it looks like the simplified tuning is about the only change between 4.2.1 and 4.3, or 4.2 and 4.3. So this is basically the sliders. Huh, pretty cool. So that does make a difference, apparently. This Mobula frame is so flexible that any good crash ends up pulling the board out of the bobbins there. All right. Let's see, where are we at? Rom Doc destroyed my BTX. Hopefully ports tab helped at the end, possibly. Sam Tidwell, how you doing this morning? I thought the OSD overlay is just for analog video. It is just for analog video. If for DJI or HD0, it's doing that over MSP DisplayPort. So it still uses the OSD part in Betaflight. DJI is very limited in which functions it will display over MSP, whereas HD0 you get the whole gambit of items, and it doesn't use that max 420 whatever the number is, that OSD chip on the flight controller. There's some flight controllers that are DJI only or digital only, and they don't even have that chip on the board. So yeah. Yeah, so the OSD chip is only for analog. Brandon Beans, how you doing this morning? Got a question for you. Want to Maiden the Beast class? It's on Betaflight 4.2.11. Where would I start? All I did was just took the master multiplier and just rolled that sucker down to like 0.5, just to have like a safe place to start from. What are your thoughts? L. Eston, how you doing this morning? Imp FEV, what does the mode camera control have to do with that? Camera control has nothing to do with the OSD overlay, but it does have to do with it has to do with having the flight controller in Betaflight simulate the little clicker keypad. It basically simulates the keypad to control the internal functions of the camera. Like you can control your brightness, contrast. You can control you can turn on and off the built-in OSD of the camera. But that's what camera control is. Some cameras need to be hooked up to like a camera control pad, which basically simulates the button presses, and some cameras work over just a plain old UART. The ones that go over UART seem to be more reliable as far as that goes. But I started off using the flight controller or the camera control stuff and adjusting camera settings. Anymore, I get the camera, hopefully the OSD's turned off, and I just fly the damn thing. I don't know. I wouldn't mess with it. Let's see, thank you. After that, the video wire, is it just VBAT and ground? It depends on the camera. Most cameras now will take VBAT, but you got to be very careful. Some are 5 volts only. Depends on the camera. Every camera any modern camera, it's going to be printed right on the back of the camera how many volts it takes. Hook it up appropriately. If it takes, no matter what it takes, it's going to take 5 volt for the most part. I just hook it up to the 5 volt pad because usually the camera, the 5 volt, the camera control, the video in, the 5 volt, and the ground are usually right next to each other on the flight controller. Instead of having wires going all over the place, just use that group of wires, kind of like you see here. They tend to group all that stuff together. Like if this one had camera control, there'd probably be another pad here, but I would just use those ones, even if your camera takes VBAT, unless you have some weird specialty setup. But if you're doing that, you're probably not asking these questions. So this could take VBAT, it could take 5 volts. Either way, that 5 volt pad there will work just fine. Scott Abramacek. Yeah, that's right. Why do you think my Protec 35 wobbles whenever I let off or lower the throttle? Okay, so you have throbbles. Sometimes it's iTerm. It's hard to tell without a log. Blackbox log. black box log is going to be your best bet to combat this, but you could also just look up throbbles is kind of what people are calling it. It was a early Betaflight 4.3 issue, but it depends on the version you're running to. LS says, is that your daily driver, Dan? The Radio Master Zoro? Yes, this is my daily. It's got the new AGO1 mini gimbals. Don't waste your money. These are not worth it. I don't give a what all the other shills are telling you. They are not worth purchasing. They're nice. There's nothing bad about them. They're very nice. They are not worth doubling the price of the radio at all. Like, at all. The first version of Betaflight I've flown was 3.2. See, I've flown clean flight when that was the only option. Yeah, I gotta go fly the Mobula. It rips. I'm having issues with it slipping out of the grommets. Yeah, that's the issue I'm experiencing. The cool thing with the Mobula is it does come with a carbon frame if you wanted to make it basically not a whoop anymore, but it does come with a carbon frame, so you can kind of change the setup of it. Kind of neat. Free range chicken, no big deal. Have a good one, man. Happy Father's Day, if that applies. Brand Making Scenes, the filters likely should be lower than stock. I assume the motors have low RPM idle and lower RPM speed. 5-inch power to weight will be rougher with that mess. Yeah. Should be lower in stock. Okay. Good advice. Does the SpeedyBee phone app replace the computer version of Betaflight? In other words, can you use the SpeedyBee app as primary Betaflight app for first setup? They also make a Betaflight app for Android, if that's what you're looking at. But I haven't used SpeedyBee in a long time. I don't think you can do flight controller. I don't think you can update Betaflight. I don't think you can like flash a new version with it. You can just make changes. But SpeedyBee's been very reliable from when I have used it. SpeedyBee is kind of shitty sometimes. If you're working with a release candidate version of Betaflight, they may still make you pay for the full version of SpeedyBee to be able to work on release candidate versions. Not that we have any release candidates out anymore, but your quad may have an RC on it. Just something to consider. Family Guy, good morning. All right. Yeah, Brandon, mostly it's just, like the first flight, I just want it to be like as conservative as possible. I'm not looking to like actually fly it. I just want to like pick it up, hover it, land it. You know, get that one in the books. Throbbles, yes, throbbles. I have a 4-inch 4S lithium ion build, Franken Quad. I'm running the VTX straight off the battery. I have a capacitor on the XT30. Would a capacitor soldered directly to the VTX have any advantage? Couldn't hurt, but you're better off having that capacitor on the actual ESC pads than on the end of the connector on the XT30. Having a capacitor versus no capacitor is obviously better, but it's more effective on the ESC. I know it wouldn't seem like it, but there's lots of data and documentation out there showing that it does make a difference. But yeah, you could put one directly on the VTX. I don't know how much it would help, but couldn't hurt. Mike Bergman, do you know if you can upgrade Betaflight through the SpeedyBee app? Dan, thanks for your help last weekend. Been working on power control. Thing likes to run away from me. Yeah. So yeah, Dan, he got us trade for a Spectrum radio and a bunch of old quads. Brought over. We got it all up and running. Got them set up on Express LRS and a QX7 out of the box. If you're looking for a whoop, like an indoor one, this is the guy to get. I think it'd be a really good micro for you to start off on, especially since you're on Express LRS. It's super easy to set up. SpeedyBee will flash with the adapter. Okay, cool. I think even SpeedyBee has the ELRS configurator on it, right? Not over OTG. Okay. Let's see. Do I have SpeedyBee on here? I do. Oh, ads. Awesome. Don't like that. But it's side-loaded. Nice. I mean, just it should be mentioned that Betaflight does have their own configurator for Android. Do you think the Diaton GT90 is a good candidate for a 1S build? Let's see, what is a GT90? Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, iOS, yeah, get wrecked. Ooh, that thing is old. I don't know if that would run off 1S. Be quite honest. No, the GT90 I don't think it's going to run off 1S, at least unless I'm looking at the wrong quad here. But this is going to be 2, 3S. No, look, as far as 1S quads go, the only good candidates are the ones that are built to be 1S quads like these. Everything else is just going to be kind of a half-ass experience. Let's see. So, looking at the SpeedyBee app, we have blackbox analyzer, firmware flasher, ELRS, ESC configurator for 8-bit ESCs. That's BLHeli. Camera firmware flasher. I don't even know what that means. Camera firmware flasher. What is that? Interesting. So yeah, SpeedyBee has come a long way since I've used it last. Long way. No SpeedyBee if you have iOS. That is a bummer. JFV, how's it going, man? Let's see. Family Guy said did a build and full crossfire bind switch setup at the field. The cast crash. No laptop around. All help Phoenix. Oh, cool, man. It's always nice to help other people out. What's a good 5-inch bind and fly or plug and play? iFlight or Diatom seem to be the only brands. All the iFlight quads are pretty good. Diatone are good. None of them are perfect, but they'll get you in the ballpark. I know the iFlight Nazgul has always been a very popular, very good 5-inch out-of-the-box Aqua Quad. The Sedora is another really good option. But things are out of stock everywhere, so good luck. ELRS is coming soon for the Mobula. Yeah, it's hard to find. I got mine from tinywhip.com. I don't know if they still have them in stock. There's a couple of companies out there that do have them. Yeah, Mike, the Diatone GT90 is probably gonna be too heavy. That's 2S, 3S territory for sure, at least. Brandon Bakebean says Android devices are cheap. Get one for your next phone. Apple products aren't always friendly to drone things. No, they're not really friendly to anything. Oh, talking if I strip the frame down and use it for 1S components. No, it's still going to be way too heavy. Still going to be too heavy. Unless you're talking like doing like an 18650 1S build. But if you're looking at like the 300 milliamp stick batteries, like you would with a Whoop, it's just too heavy of a platform to start with. The motors are going to be too big. Yeah, like if you're looking to drive that frame off a battery like this, I think you're barking up the wrong tree. It's just going to be a... Oh, Mike Berg was talking for RunCam Hybrid. Yeah, so you can... that camera control in the modes tab, you can turn on and off recording and things like that for the hybrid cams, like the RunCam Hybrid or there's a couple other companies out there that make them, but that's the one I can think of. Lost two 1.8 meter screws. Okay. I don't think that's what screws you were missing. What's your favorite Orca foam? The one that came with it. I don't like the foam. I like the leatherette. Not the neoprene. The leatherette one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I have no desire for any of their crap. Can you link it in Discord to me? Oh, let's see. Here you go. There's just a. It's over in the. Post. There we go. It's they sell it in a pack, but that's the one I like. But you know, foam's very subjective. A lot of people like certain kinds. It's just the one, I like the one that came with it. I tried Blue Jay on my Mob 7 LRS. It wouldn't arm. But back on still, yeah. I've had a lot of issues with Blue Jay. I'll be quite honest. JESC has worked every single time I've used it, and it's worked perfectly. Where I've had Blue Jay just not arm, not flashing right, random desyncs, I've had a lot of issues with Blue Jay. JESC is not free, but it works. I've had more success with JESC. It doesn't mean Blue Jay is bad. It's just, in my experience, I've had issues with it. I do use it on some quads just because, why not? Betaflight CMS is for the Betaflight OSD on the TX. Interesting. I'll have to look at that again. That leather, that sounds so 80s. It really does. Armaton has Binofly models for sale for 50% off today for Father's Day. Yeah, but Armatron's all garbage. I wouldn't buy anything from them. Again, opinion. I used to fly a lot of Armaton stuff. They always have really weird design issues. The only Binofly I've purchased are the Baby Ape and the Mob 7. Mark 5 appealing, but I'm too cheap for pull the trigger. Yeah. The Baby Ape was surprisingly good. It was surprisingly good. Dial-Up says Blue Jay hasn't been great to me either. Yeah. I got leatherette seats in my Hyundai. High society. Yeah. Are you still buying JESC licenses? No, most of the stuff I have either has come flash with something that's bidirectional, or you know, it's BL Heli 32, and I haven't really been messing with it. I've been using just the BL Heli with 17 or whatever, the one that has bidirectional. So I haven't been buying it, and I haven't bought it in a long time. Yeah. But hey, if you guys want to win a Baby 8 Pro, or perhaps one of these with the DJI, sign up. Down to 15 quads. I haven't even counted how many quads I have. Buddy came over. He's like, "Wow, you got a lot of quads on the wall." I'm like, "Yeah, but there's a bag with like 7 micros in it too, and then they're scattered all around the house." Got the Glide frame coming tomorrow. Yeah, the Glide is still one of my favorite acro frames. Between the Glide and the AOS 5, I really like the AOS 5. It's not a fun frame to build in. The AOS 5 is kind of actually not a great frame to build in, but it tunes up pretty easily and it flies really good. Seems to be pretty durable too. They got all the carbon in all the right places. Took that quad and I ran it straight into a tree, big tree. And it came out, no issues. A lot of other quads would have crumbled the front end, but that one, pretty solid. Obviously, it always, every hit's different. I gave away the quad I won from you last month, and they never claimed it. Well, screw them. Give it away again. First quad was a 6-inch rooster. The arms moved, and the tips of the props clipped each other. Yep. Armatan quality right there. I had a rooster. I had a chameleon, I had a rooster, I had a tadpole. I was buying a lot of Armatan quads when I first started off, and it was that lifetime warranty on the frame. You ever try to claim the warranty on that? I don't know if it's better now, but 5 years ago, it was not a fun experience at all. You almost needed to have a spare base plate on hand just to be able to keep flying while you're waiting for the warranty claim. Ramdock Chris Ross released a new frame today, 5-inch long range. It's probably just his AOS 5. Well, I don't know. Let's look. Where is his website? It sucks that... It's hard to find his website for his drones. Find on CNC drones. I thought he had his own website. Find on Banggood. Pinterest. Alright, I've lost interest in looking for it. Screw it. Moving on. Let's see. I'm down to 1 drone and 1 toothpick. A couple of whoops. A 4-inch. You still don't own a 5-inch, do you, Brandon? Yeah, and like in the early days, or at least back when I was flying Armor 10, you had to like take pictures of it and then take pictures of it with it like snapped in half and X's drawn in it. It was just ridiculous. And you had to have the original receipt, had to buy it from a verified vendor. Carbon's cut wrong all the time. It's just why? I cannot find Chris Rosser's website. Does he even have one anymore? You would think that searching for his frame would bring up his frame, but it doesn't. AOS 5R long range. Meh. 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 This thing's a piece of shit. I've got 3 of them. It's not a good frame. 5.5 V2. 5-inch ultra long range. It's all the same thing, just copy paste and extended. This is interesting though. I do like this little guy. I've got one of those sitting on the shelf. This is kind of interesting. I mean, you find something that works, stick with it, I guess. I wonder how much of a cut he gets from each frame sold from like CNC Badness. Brandon Makepeace has an old tadpole frame. I broke one bottom plate in the middle frame section. The frame is too flexible to take a tight tune without oscillations. Yeah, and like if you look at some of their older frames, like they cut the carbon the wrong way, and the thing's just vibey. Thanks, E-Doc. Yeah, I found it, but geez, you would think if you punched it into Google and type Chris Rosser AOS frame, you would get it, but you don't. Mike Bergman getting arm internet replacement is like getting Mike Chin to replace your TBS gear. It's nearly impossible without an HD video edit. Yeah. Can't warranty on Lost Squad. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about frames with warranties, the Impulse RC frames, like the reverb and stuff like that, those have a warranty on it. I think it's like 2 years too. Much better frame in my opinion. Much better. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a fun. They're not fun. It's a quad. It's fun. If it's not fun, then you're doing it wrong. I want one of those T3 frames. Yeah, I have one sitting on the shelf, cut at CNC Madness. Yeah, as far as the quality goes, you know, any of the frames I've gotten from them, you know, after you handle them, you have carbon splinters all over you. This is. I made a claim with the Marmot for space of carbon. Follow the directions. It's a quick turnaround. Replace it with regular carbon plate. Still flying. Old school roaster. Cool, man. I mean, I'm not saying they're all bad. It's just there's better options out there, in my opinion. Let's have two local blades that do all the work on a 5-inch rigs. It's just not my idea of fun. They handle well. Really like cruising long range. Yeah, that's true. It all depends what you're looking to do. Yeah, the Impulse RC frames are expensive, but I think you get what you like. As far as the price, it's definitely probably overpriced, but you are getting a quality frame for what you're paying for. No corners cut, tight fitting arms and carbon components. Yeah. Anywho. Can the Mamba DJI F405 Mark II FCB be used on an analog quad, or does the DJI mean digital only? Not entirely. So let's take a look at this flight controller here. Let's pop up. Most of the time when it says DJI, it means it has a BEC built into it and a connector. Go away. It usually means it has a BEC and a connector on it for connecting to a DJI Air unit. Let's see, what is this? Mamba DJI F405. Let's just see if we can find it. Let's see. Mamba. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. It's weird they're listing it that way. All right, so this is probably the one you're talking about, the DJI F405 Mark II flight controller. So most of the time, the reason why it's called DJI, or they have the DJI moniker in it, is because it has a regulated 4S, 12 volt, whatever, output for hooking up to the air unit, because the air units don't take VBAT, they take up to 4S. So, you know, you've got power ground, you've got your UART for the MSP, and you've also got your S-Bus connection if you're going to, you know, fly with the controller. But that doesn't mean that they didn't leave off the OSD chip. Usually if it says OSD, then it means it has the chip on board. You can also look on the flight controller and you can see this guy right here. We can't see the name on it, but that is the OSD chip. So it will work with both analog and digital. The other thing you can do is look at the wiring schematic here, and if it's showing an analog camera, that means that it most likely has the ability to have analog along with DJI. So that is, I'm going with the teach a man to fish type thing right now. So those are the things you look for. There are a few out there that don't have this OSD chip, but it should be very clear. It's a, you know, let's say like OSD no, or it'll say in the description, does not work for analog, does not have analog OSD, things like that. I think most companies have stopped doing that, but buyer beware. Can't get enough of my 250 builds. I have 3 of them. They'll scream on 4-inch props. Yeah, I like the 250 builds. Some don't have an OSD chip. Yes, you're right, Brandon. And we already talked about this before you got here, but most do. But if you're buying anything that says DJI in the name for the flight controller, you may want to take a couple extra seconds. Look for that Max, whatever chip it is. I can't remember what the name of it is. Got one right here. Let me see what it's called. I'm sure someone's going to post it in there before I look it up here. Max 456 OSD. Yeah, but yeah, all the OSD chips, they look like this little guy right here. This one's colored in red because it's dead. That's just one I use for demonstration purposes. But yeah, it's very easy to see it. I think I'll make a 250 long range. I have a board with a 3-inch. Yes, it can be analog. Yep. Some have no SD chip. Yep. Yep. Anyone ever wonder how much prison time Drain Man has done? Super curious. Not gonna lie, I've kind of thought that, but I'd base that on almost nothing. I don't know. He's entertaining and to me somewhat annoying at the same time. I don't know. There's been a few videos he's posted that I thought were freaking hilarious. He seems super chill and down to earth, and probably someone really cool to hang with. That would probably have your back if shit went down. Let's see. Nothing negative towards Rain Man. I think he's hilarious. So I feel like those tattoos don't come from a tattoo shop. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get the same feeling. I met Drain Man. Oh, you met Drain Man. God, Drain Man at Rampage. That's cool, man. That's why I want to go to Rampage, because I feel like I would meet more of the people that I've interacted with, because like everybody in the chat over here or wherever it is on your screen, I interact with a ton of people, but I have met in person like 2 or 3 of these people. I would like to meet everybody in person. Although maybe they would stop subscribing if they met me. I don't know. Seems super laid back. Yeah. You can kind of get that feeling through the videos that he's just Just there for a good time. Met so many people at I.O. Yeah, cool, man. Dream any time, it seems like the life of the party. Yeah. I assume he's a plumber. Or he's in the trades at least. At least with the name of Drain Man. I'll be down next week. I'll sleep with the doggos on the couch. No, wife and kid will be home next week, so none of that. All right, it's 11:30. I want to go and hover test the Beast class. What do you guys think? You think it should do that? Let me grab some stuff real quick. So, I have 2 packs charged up, ready to rock. Big old frickin' bricks. 5100 tattoos. Aw, they ain't cheap, guys. I'll tell you what. Not cheap at all. Downright expensive. So expensive, I don't even remember how much I paid for them because I don't want to remember. And I'm sure somebody's going to put it in the chat. I hate you. But let's get this sucker loaded up. Send it if only 20 yards. So. I thought I had 4 props, but I didn't. I had a bag of props, but apparently you only get 2 props in a bag when you buy for a Beast class or X class. These 13-inch props, so I had to snag 2 extra props off of the X class there. So there it is, all loaded up. Look at this thing. Look at this. Just for perspective, if you guys weren't quite getting it. It is huge. Let's see. Can't wait for the HDZ Whoop Light. I am very interested in it, but God, I saw the price tag on it now. Oof, that is tough. That is tough. What's the difference between the X class and the Beast class? The X class... that has the full, like 2-foot long arms on it. It's still running 13-inch props. That one is an 8S quad. The Beast class, same props, but it's running 12S with much bigger motors. Much bigger motors. What's the weight on the Beast class again? Let's see. I weighed that sucker, and it was... Let's see if I should have a picture of it somewhere. Photos. Where's it at? It is clocking in at 3.85 kilograms. So it's a lot. 3.85 kilograms. So It's heavy. Very heavy. Let's see, the last time I hover tested the X-Class in the basement, I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I'm going to take it outside and do it. But yeah, we'll grab the Beast Class or the X Class off the wall and show you guys the difference. So this is the X Class. And the Beast Class is literally half the size. You showed me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. And the plan in the beginning was to just swap all the guts out of the X Class and put it in a Beast Class frame. But I hate working in that frame so much that I didn't want to do it because it's a horrible frame to work in. Just a horrible frame to work in. But they're huge, and they're interesting to fly. In the goggles, it's just like flying anything else until you see your shadow or fly past yourself. Then it's a oh shit pucker moment. Over to the Discord chat. Dial up, making me jealous AF. He has got his Stream Deck. I want mine so bad, but he's watching YouTube on his Steam Deck. That is awesome. I want mine, and I want it now. It's probably gonna be like October, November before I get my chance to purchase one. What's the climb out rate about? Oh shit, I have no idea. It's probably not as much as you would think, because it's carrying around a lot of weight. I've seen X Classes made out of wood. Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting. Interesting. No idea. Put SteamOS in a little Ryzen 3 mini box. That works well. That's awesome, man. All right. So it is about the time where I think I can switch over. Let's see. Hang on one second. I got to change something. All right. So I have everything set up outside to go do the things with the stuff and the junk, but I need a couple seconds to transition over there. I have a laptop running OBS over NDI, which is going to allow me to do some interesting stuff. Hopefully it's interesting. We'll see. But I need a couple seconds to get over there. So I need to snag a camera off of this rig to go to that one, because I'm not built of cameras. Although I have quite a few. I don't have enough. Never have enough cameras. Also, it was kind of a last minute idea to set up a second setup this morning. So just bear with me for 1 minute. See if I can find a video for you guys to watch in the meantime. While screwing around with this. You know what? No, actually, I'm just going to... Alright, so hopefully I don't lose all you guys. We're going to go outside and we're going to go fly. It's going to be a black screen for a minute or two. Hopefully no more than that. Still unsure how the audio is going to work or the comments. I'm going to have to watch the comments on my phone because, yeah. It's all right. We're in uncharted territory here, guys. So bear with me. Let me mute this shit. Okay. Guys, hang out. Please don't leave. We're going to go do some cool shit. Because I'm going to owe you a bunch of those by the time I'm done with this. I'm sure of it. All right. Give me a few minutes. We good? We all good? Thumbs up. Or just to hit the thumbs up in the video. Because we're going to go fly some stuff. All right. Give me a minute. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my NDI source. This is my laptop that's sitting out in the yard. Hopefully it's not frying in the sun. It probably is. And it's what it's displaying right now. I have to go turn a few things on. Be right back. I'll at least give you some music to listen to. All right, hope you guys can hear me. That is super blown to F out. There we go. Maybe that's better. I think the camera's recording. Still working on stuff. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, yeah, the audio's working. All right, let me know if you can hear me. I'm watching myself here. All right. Okay, so this is, I got the camera up and running. I wish I was a little more prepared for this, but literally this is like a last minute harebrained idea I've got going on. Let me go handheld here for a second. So, the way this whole mess works is got a network cable going into the house.
Got my old crap top here. We're on the backyard. I'm sure you guys have seen this from a lot of different videos. I've got a Cosmo Streamer box that I built. Runs DJI video into OBS. And this computer is not doing any of the streaming. One in the house is. So it's taking the load. Oh, no, JB, that's right. Okay. Well, if that's the case... Forgot my goggles. Here, bye. Wow. It is hot AF out right now. And that's awesome. The stupid DJI goggle pack doesn't work now. Right. Has anybody had issues with this thing? This little goggle pack? I like it, but apparently it doesn't like me right now. More standing by.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
Like I said, this is a
secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
little half-assed.
Pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, 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 no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that saves
Music too loud?
10 to 80, my savings. Take to the top on the baseline. New car, race on. Fast lane.
Music too loud.
With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake
Turn
up
that
through
down.
damage. Join number 7, he's bored though. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
There's the one downside is things are going on in there. They're different from over here. All right, let's change that. There we go. So you should have kind of picture-in-picture going on here. What song's playing? Oh, did I turn it down too far? Oh no, it's still there. Okay. Cool.
Well, let's just start this off with. Let's not fly the beast right away. Let's get one in. Make sure the whole system works first. Just to make sure everything's working. DJI goggles make me want to look up all the time. It's very hard to force myself to look down. I have no idea what power level this is on. Maybe 25. And the doggos are in the yard. Of course, they're terrified of the vacuum cleaner, but have zero fear of quads in the UPS truck. So why would they? Yep. There we go. Cool. Well, that's the way that was supposed to go. Insto crash. Why not? Let's run out and go get it. Be right back, of course. Yeah, I can't find it. Need this. Yeah, the overgrowth is pretty harsh when you get off the center of the yard there. All right. Okay, so I mean, apparently that works, I guess. Let's get these dogs in the house.
on, guys, let's go inside. Let's go. In the house. Come on. Last thing I need to do is chopify those guys. All right. I'm actually fairly nervous about this, because I don't know what to expect. Shit's so damn expensive. But here we go. We're gonna move on to this. This is gonna be about noon. I know Bartle's not streaming, but I got stuff I gotta do today. Okay, she's plugged in. Let's stop that down a little bit. Let me just make this auto. Function. All right. So it's plugged in. It's ready to rock. I'll look through the chat here. Excited. It didn't break. Looks more what focused events. So it's awesome. Well, let's go through. All right. Here we go, guys. We're gonna arm this thing, and we're just gonna arm and disarm. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little left. All right, little right. Little back. Little forward. Okay. Very nervous. Very nervous about this. Oh God, I don't want to. Okay. Time for liftoff. Well, it flies. I'm terrible at flying line of sight. I'm flying line of sight right now. I don't have the goggles on. And we're gonna land. All right. I'll go feel the motors. All right, cool as cucumbers. Okay, all right. No, I can't fly line of sight to save my life. All right, guys. Let's actually fly it. The only thing I've done outside of stock Betaflight is I moved the master multiplier down to like 0.5. The motors are still cool. Well, let's just take a very short lap. I'm not gonna do any flippy floppies or anything like that. We're just gonna make stuff happen. Cool thing about the Cosmo Streamer is you're not seeing the OSD. So let's go ahead and swap that around. There you go. So you got main videos, DJI video. Let's go and pop this up in the top corner here. Nope, not what I want to do. There we go. Come on, stupid. Stop it! Alright. Alright, guys. Check the comments. Road up is exciting. You think it's exciting for you. Remember, nobody sponsored this one. Somebody sponsored the last one. The X-Class. Alright, here we go. Ooh, she is wobbly. And it's very fast. Like I'm trying to go slow. It's not having it. It's weird with the camera line being right down the center of the props. And I can see the DJI antennas at the top. That's got to change. Those are weird. What's 3.8 times 12, guys? I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see the tip deflection on that right front prop? Like when the contrast is right? Like they're not tracking the same. Just pretty wobbly. Ooh, it sounds mean. I've got the microphone turned around facing me, so you guys probably can't hear it all that well. But she is mean sounding. I mean, it already flies better than the X-Class did with the no tune that I have on it. I gotta remember it's big. Might not fit through the normal gaps. Where's my voltage? Oh, it's up there at the top. So this is my normal OSD layout. I should probably feel the motors. Yeah, alright, let's lay off. I'm gonna go land it and try to feel the motors. Trying to land in some dog shit. Beep. Sorry, guys. All right. Were you guys able to hear that so much? Very well off. All right, yeah, those motors are pretty hot. Pretty hot. Not the hottest motors I've ever had to deal with. They ain't cool. Turn this around. Okay, yeah, so the motors are pretty darn hot. Not scalding hot. Sorry, this is where my comments are. Filters are at whatever Betaflight stock were. But I am recording the black box, and I will be sure to send that over to you, Brandon, because I know you'd be interested to see it. So custom Betaflight settings. No. It does make a weird, makes a weird whistling sound. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm running the Cosmo Streamer box. I got a video on it. Go find it. Dropped into 0.7 and see if it negatively affects stability. Yeah, I think tuning's probably another. I think that's good enough for now. I just wanted to make sure nothing was going to catch on fire when I flew it. Let's go back to Studio A, and we'll do a little recap. All right, guys, give me a minute. Back. Cables everywhere. That is the downside. I wish this stuff was over like Wi-Fi or something. I don't know. I'm just saying words at this point. All right. Be right back. There we go. We're back. Let's see. How do I put this thing back in the manual? Give me a sec. It's hard to see the camera settings from behind. It is really stinking hot out there. Like, really hot. Okay. We're back. All right, where are we at? What's Cosmo Streamer? Cosmo Streamer is an interface for getting live video out of the DJI goggles. It's basically a Raspberry Pi. That's really all it is. I've got one with a little screen on it, but the screen's not necessary. Let's see. Okay, we can do this one not live. Yeah, probably better. Mike Bergman just finished up putting integrated ELRS into his Mambo. Very cool. Very cool. Very curious to see that log. Yeah, me too. Ah, God, it's hot. Doesn't help that I'm like nervous as hell too. Like that
has a lot to do with it. Let's see. Go to blackbox. Save flash to file. Desk and topping. New folder. Beast. All right. Save that blackbox file. June Loco, very nice backyard. Yeah, man. I love living where I live. Backyard's fun. Front yard's fun. Usually just have a racetrack set up in the front yard. Whatever pasture the horses aren't in. Yeah. It's the 2FV kit. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the one I sent you. Uses one of, well, you can find it at 2FV.com. And then you can get the boards there. If you want a kit, I might be able to make one up for you if I got the parts and the time. But if, you know, hit me up on the side. Where we're at regarding DJI V3 release date, price spec. I have no info on it, and I'm not going to buy into all the hype. You know, there's a lot of other YouTubers that have really been cruising on the hype between Walk Snail, Fat Shark, and DJI V3. Most of them say everything 5 times before they go on to the next sentence. I'm just not playing that game. Once it's here, then we'll talk about it. Otherwise, it's all speculation, and you don't know what you got until it's in hand. The green was too much. The green's pretty intense. I don't do a video. I will take pictures before I close it up, though. All right. Let's see. This black box file is still saving. And there it is. Erase flash. Yes, erase flash. Let's pop that into the chat there for you, Brandon. Desktop. Beast. There you go. Upload. Let's look at the log here. I am not super strong at reading black box logs. I'm getting better. It's just I don't do it consistently enough to. Be proficient at it, if that makes any sense. All right, let's go 3. Apparently I need a new version. Get that. Black box, Windows 64, save. Oop, oop. I thought it was downloading it. Maybe not. Again with the GitHub. Here we go. Finish downloading this. Oh, Brandon's got it open. Well, how about that? Yeah, I fly FPV. You can integrate ExpressLRS into just about any radio that has an external bay and uses a derivative of OpenTX. Boy, I got a mess of wires to clean up outside now that I'm just thinking about it. Now, obviously, I didn't give it too much throttle in any of this stuff, but yeah, filters need to come way down. I could definitely tell. She's hot. But yeah, so tuning it, I think it's something we'll save for an offline conversation, and then maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know. There's not a ton of popularity and interest out there for X-Class content, to be quite honest. Brandon, as far as RPM filtering goes, I don't know if I can do it with these ESCs because they don't run BL Heli or BL Heli 32. They're APD. They run their own system. It's something I need to play around with. I didn't get a chance to do it before this live stream, but I'm gonna try to get RPM filtering working if I can. If I can, then I'll probably end up going from there. But yeah, anyways. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Were there any super chats while I wasn't paying attention? No super chats. Okay. Oh, maybe there was. Was there? Oh, Paul McDonald for $3. Thank you so much, man. Sorry I didn't get to that right away. It must have been while I was transitioning back and forth between this computer and the one outside. But thank you so much for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Can I run 4.3 on this? I don't know. Radix typically has their own builds, kind of like Newbie Drone does. But again, it's one of those things I got to look into that I did not get a chance to between building it and getting it flying, because I said I was going to do all the building in the Maiden flight on the live stream. That's over with. Now I can actually play with it. Mike Bergman. It's okay. I'm not going to say it this time, but the thought helps. Thanks. I had to have RPM filtering turned on for my Beast AIO. Turned off. Yeah, the H7, the V1 Beast AIO has a issue where you can't run RPM filtering. I think it was supposed to be fixed in Betaflight 4.3. It was one of those things where you can either have the barometer or bidirectional D-shot, but don't quote me on that. That was a long time ago talk, like well over a year ago. All right, guys, it's hot. I need to clean up. I have stuff I got to do today. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it immensely. Again, get in on the giveaway. Become a Patreon supporter. Get yourself on the list. I'll be giving away those next weekend. And yeah, we'll chat later, Brandon. Thanks, though. I really appreciate you looking into it. Toxic FPV, congrats on Maiden. Thank you so much, buddy.
Toxic FPV just super chatted with 5.
Stressful because
they said congrats.
I have no idea how much money is in the air there. I don't really want to know because there's plausible deniability at that point, if you know what I mean. My guys have been married long enough. But yeah, it's all you guys, and especially these guys up here, that made this Beast Class thing possible for sure. But yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking us out. And $15 for a week. All right, guys. We'll see you next time, and stay positive. See you next time. Bye.